Okay, so next one we have equation of a line, and this is when we are given the gradient. So in the next video, I'll be combining the two previous, this video and the previous one together. So here I have, when given a gradient m and a point on the line AB, you can find the equation with y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So again, you need to memorize this formula. And what you need to do, you need to rearrange it into the form of y equals mx plus c. So essentially, we need to get y on its own. So using this, I have a couple of examples. So we have find the equation of the line that passes through 2, 7 with a gradient of 2. Now the first three examples, I've got all our gradients with whole numbers, but at the end here, I have got it with fractions, so I can go over the techniques to deal with these fraction gradients. So to start off with, I'm going to write out my formula, y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So my m is always my gradient, and then a and b, I think it's always in the order that you read it. So that means I've got y minus 7 equals 2 bracket x minus 2. First, I want to expand that bracket. So I've now got 2x minus 4. Then I rearrange, so I add 7 to both sides to give me y equals 2x plus 3. And that's me all done. So again, write out my formula, y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. There's my a, there's my b, that's my m. So I've got y minus 6 equals 3 bracket x minus 5. So that'll be y minus 6 equals 3x minus 15. Then I add 6 to both sides. So I've got y equals 3x minus 9. Okay, so next example then. So we have our a, our b, and now gradient m. So y minus b. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Sorry, didn't even see my message there. So, right. Yeah, still working. Right, y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So that's going to be y minus 6 equals 2 bracket x minus. Now again, I've got this negative going on here. So like I've done before, I'm going to substitute it with a bracket in there. So it's really obvious to me that because I've got these two negatives directly next to each other, that's going to turn into a positive. So I've actually got 2x plus 2. So that's going to be y minus 6 equals 2x plus 4. I need to add 6 to both sides. So that is now going to be y equals 2x plus 10. So this next one, I've got my a, got my b, that's my m. So I've got y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So I've got y minus, and again, negative here, so I'm going to put it in brackets, equals mx, and once again, I've got another negative going on. So it's going to be y plus 3 now, equals m bracket x plus 9. So I take away the 3 from both sides. So that's going to be y equals, oh, I just realised I never actually put in my m value. So let's rub those two bits out, and let's put 5 in there. So that's going to be 5. Oh, what am I doing? I'm in a right mess for this one. Okay, let's just rub that out, rub that out. Right, take 2. Gonna expand that bracket. So that's going to be 5x plus 45. So then I've got y. I'm going to take away the 3 from both sides now. Getting ahead of myself there. So that's going to be 5x plus 42. Okay, so that's where all our gradient is a whole number, but it can be a bit trickier when we have a fraction like this. So, again, going to start off the exact same way as before. That's my A, B, and my M. So I've got y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So I've got y minus negative 6 equals 3 over 4 x minus 9. Just going to neaten it up very quickly. Okay, so at this point, my recommendation is that we want to get rid of the fraction, and to do that, you multiply by whatever number's on the bottom. Now this all together is joined up. That is actually one thing because it's not separated by a plus or a minus. So I only multiply that whole mass by 4. But I multiply the 6 by 4 and I multiply that y by 4. And I'll be in a later video going over properly rearranging and solving equations using this method. So that's now going to be 4y. 6 times 4, that's going to be 24. This will now just be 3 bracket x minus 9. And then going to expand that bracket. So that's going to be 3x minus 27. Take away that 24 from both sides. So that's now just going to be 4y equals 3x, and that's going to be minus 51. And I want to divide everything by 4. Now, in our solving and rearranging questions, normally we do the whole thing over 4. But what you can do instead is that you can do that over 4 and that over 4. Because essentially I'm dividing each bit in there by 4 individually. So that then cancels to be y equals 3x over 4 minus 51 over 4. Okay, so one last example. There's my A, B, and M. So I've got y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So y minus 18 equals 2 over 5 bracket x minus 12. Multiplying that whole thing by 5, multiplying that by 5, multiplying that by 5. We now have 5y minus 90 equals 2 bracket x minus 12. So that's going to be 5y minus 90. Expanding that bracket, it's going to give me 2x minus 24. Add 90 to both sides. We now have 5y equals 2x plus, and that will be 66. Yeah. And then divide each part by 5. So that will be y equals 2x over 5 plus 66 over 5. And obviously be careful, if you can simplify that, make sure you do. Just turn out with these two examples, that wasn't the case. So that is how to find the equation of a line when we are given a gradient. At a later date, I'll upload the next video of when you have to do the gradient and the equation of a line within the one question. But until then, have a good night.